Hello, I'm John Coleman, founder of the Weather Channel, original weatherman on Good Morning America, and a TV meteorologist for 55 years. I love this blue marble, our home. But we're isolated out here in space, and we human beings have a big responsibility. The future of this planet is in our control. Let's go back and look at the big picture. The Earth's been around for a long, long time. We have records that go back for 300 million years and more. We see interglacial periods, that's the warm spell, nature's global warming. When human life flourishes, plants and animals grow, life is good. And ice ages, when we almost all perish, when the Earth becomes a huge ice cube. And those have altered through all history. We have had a consistent record of ice ages followed by interglacial periods, nature's global warming. The burning of fossil fuels didn't cause any of those. So we can see that temperatures and CO2 content of the atmosphere have both increased and fallen over hundreds of thousands, millions of years without causing any catastrophe and without being the result of the activities of man. Now I'm going to come up to just this interglacial period, which began about 10,000 years ago when the Ice Age ended. And during this interglacial period, we've had some very dramatic warm spells and some cool snaps, the most recent cool snap being the Little Ice Age. And then here's the warm-up that followed the use of fossil fuels. Notice it's no more dramatic than the warm-ups that preceded it. So how could that one be caused by fossil fuels? Fossil fuels didn't cause any of these others. How come we're told it's causing this rise? Civilization's only been burning fossil fuels here, starting around 1800 and up to today. Gas, oil, and coal have caused the carbon dioxide to increase in the atmosphere, no question about that. And here's the temperatures through that period, and there's been an increase of slightly more than 1/2 of 1 degree since 1880. Nothing very dramatic, but the IPP says that these rises aren't natural, but they're the result of our burning of fossil fuel. We skeptics, we say these are right in step with the temperature pattern that has occurred all these years. And I point to this, from 1940 to the mid-70s, during a period of the post-war boom when industrialization and the use of fossil fuels was increasing rapidly, the temperatures stayed steady. They weren't linked to the fossil fuels at all. So here's the increase of fossil fuels. Here's the pattern of temperatures in the blue line. And it is closely linked not to fossil fuels, but to the solar activity, the rise and fall of the number of sunspots and solar flares. Now, the IPCC ran its computer models. That's all it had to try to justify and prove the authenticity of its theory or hypothesis about radiative forcing and CO2 causing global warming. And they showed a warm-up, but that has failed. Now look what's happened. While CO2 continues to rise in this new century, this is 2002, this is 2008, through this period, temperatures have stayed steady or even significantly declined in the last several years. So that absolutely blows that prediction, the CO2 prediction of the IPCC, out of the water. Here are their computer model predictions. Here's the temperature performance. I'm afraid their hypothesis has been proven wrong in only a few years. And to me, that seems to be the end. The hypothesis is dead. It's time to stop talking about it. And then